Hi, it's Rebecca from Rebecca Art Tutor, and in this video I'm going to be talking about drawing plants and flowers. Now this is always a really popular topic, and I do get quite a few questions about how to draw plants and flowers. Now there are many aspects involved, such as we have to think about the shape, the proportions, the viewpoints, the textures, the colours, the shading, but that's an awful lot in one video. So I'm going to keep this video down to the bare basics of starting a drawing and thinking about the proportions and the structure of the plant or flower. So let's get started. So I start my drawing by just looking really closely at the plant or the flower. I quite like to work flat at this stage because I'm just learning about the plant or flower, and it's easier because it's near me. So I'm starting to look at the main stem, and I just put lines in to start with, and off the main stem I'm putting in branch stems. So sometimes on a plant there's more than one main stem, so you would just do the same with the other stems. But you're starting with the skeleton of the plant or the flower. The next stage is to block in the dominant areas, such as the biggest leaves or the biggest flower head, and we're not too concerned about getting total accuracy of the shape. We're just blocking in those areas and then building up the detail once we've got those big dominant areas blocked in, such as big leaves or big flower heads. Now this flower is quite delicate. It has tiny flower heads and the leaves are actually bigger, so I started, as you can see, blocking in the leaves first before worrying about the flower heads. Then it's just a case of building up the detail, so going back to the main stem, perhaps thickening it up and putting in more details. Some of the branch stems you may have missed, the more secondary ones. And then finally I'm just working on the flower heads, and as you can see I put in lines for where the petals were to start with, and then I turn those lines into petal shapes. It just gives me the spacing of the petals. We have now looked at how to start a drawing. So we have used the structure of the plant or flower and looked at the proportions and blocked in shapes, dominant shapes, and then built up the detail of the drawing. So probably the next stage would be to add shading, perhaps colour, texture, and I will tackle those things in another video. So I hope that was enough to get you started. So the next stage really would be lots and lots of practice. So I would suggest drawing plants and flowers of different shapes, different proportions, just using the structure method of looking at the stem and the branches, and perhaps work up the complexity of your drawings. So you could start with just one stem and then build up the complexity to perhaps drawing the whole plant or flower. So you've been building up your skills that way gradually. So I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I'll be back with more information about how to draw plants and flowers in another video soon. If you did enjoy this video, then please do check out my Skillshare class called Drawing Nature 5 Creative Sketchbook Activities. So do check that out, and also of course do subscribe and like the video. It helps the channel to grow and for other people to see my videos. Thank you.